Greetings everyone, it's your boy King Yadiya, aka King Solomon, staying wise in life like the ancient king did. And right now it's 1:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in New York City. We got the snow going on outside. We got the those trucks trying to drag out the snow from the streets and stuff, so you might be hearing that in the background. And right now, I want to just show you a trade I'm in, do some real top-down analysis as to why I'm in this trade. Excuse me. So we're gonna start with the monthly chart. So this is some real top-down analysis. We're starting all the way from the top on the monthly chart. You can't get no bigger than that, you know. So, all right, let's go to the top here from where this line starts and why I drew this line, this downward trend line. Let me explain that. So this is the top right here. We're talking about the 1st of November 07, right? 2007. Excuse me. We started having this sell-off. I guess that was the big sell-off or recession at that time. So we had this big sell-off. We had sideways movement for up until the 1st of July. No, not, yeah. Yeah, the 1st of July 2014. Then we started having this push down from then all the way till the 3rd of October 2016, right? And since then, we've been having this sideways movement, right? So now, I drew some fib lines here, some Fibonacci retracements. I pulled that from the top here, straight to the bottom here. And you know, we get these lines, these what I call the golden zones. And this YouTuber Jay Take Profits, excuse me, he refers to them as the golden zone, and that's the 38% retracement to the 61% retracement, right, with the 50% in the middle. So he calls that area the golden zone. That's where price usually pulls back from, right? Or pulls, when it retraces, it goes up to at least the 61% mark before it starts coming back down, right? So all these yellow lines here. Now, firstly, this red line here is like where I drew levels, right? So you see where this level is here, this level here, you know. So that's my monthly levels, right? Now when I do the fib retracement, it kind of lines up with the monthly levels a little bit, right? So that gives it confluence of this area has some resistance here, right? So when you pull that fib, now I pull two fib lines, one from up here to the bottom, right? And then I pull one from right here, because you remember we had a lot of sideways movement. Then I pull one from here to the bottom. So it gives me two sets of golden zones, which they closely coincide with each other, right? So first we have this 38%, 50%, 61%, right? Then we have the larger, I call it the larger, which is coming from the higher point up here. This is the 38%, this is the 50%, and this is the 61%. So this whole area here has some resistance Fibonacci-wise, right? So we're looking at this area here for really pullbacks in this zone. Because we got monthly resistance lines, levels, right? Then we got these Fibonacci retracements, and we got this monthly level up here. So I drew this downward trend, right? Because we're in a downward trend, obviously. Drew that line on top there. That's the resistance line. It's respecting that line. And this is where we're currently at. So we just broke out of that, right? So my strategy is the breakout of congestion, which I call the NyQuil strategy, right? So on a monthly level, I labeled this line right here because this was where most of the congestion was kind of happening under. This is the roof and this is the floor of it, right? Not regarding this because that's like I just call it, that's like a poke out. That's like something excess from the actual congestion. Most of the congestion is happening right here, right? So we just got this breakout from this level. Plus we got the breakout from the downtrend line. And we in this push up phase of the congestion, so we just broke out a congestion. We pushing up. We broke the downtrend line, which is this right here. Plus we broke the top of the congestion area. So we up here right now, right? So let's go down to the daily level. I mean the daily chart, my bad. So this is where we at on the daily chart. You can see we actually broke out from there. The monthly resistance NyQuil breakout. That's why I'll label it. We broke out from there quite a while ago, like the 11th. Even back here, what was that? But we just poked out. But this is the real breakout because we stayed above. Like so. Okay, so this would be the breakout here. What would that be? The 30th of December, 2020, right? So we broke out. We're doing a little congestion, but pushing up, right? So it's not really a clean breakout like we just moving higher. No, we're getting some pullbacks in this, right? So it creates like a little congestion area right here as well too. Like it creates a roof right here around this level, right? So we got a breakout from that as well, right? So we're pushing up. So I drew this line here. This was a while ago though. So I drew this upward trend supply zones. That's what I call it, because every time it hits here, this is where the buyers sit. They just keep buying when it comes back to this area, right? And this is the uptrend resistance line. This is where it's basically stopping, right? Before it pulls back. So we hitting here, we bouncing back and forth, but going up, right? So now that we have the confluence of, or the correlation, or whatever you want to call it, of breaking out of a significant level on the monthly, breaking out of this or pushing past the 38% fib level, right? And we sitting up here in a little congestion. If you could notice, the wicks at the bottom here is signifying that buying is strong in this area. Let me see if I can make that a little bigger, right? So look at the wicks under here, and I label this as the support zone, right? Every time it hits around here, it's just straight buying. It's just pushing up. Now we're getting some resistance here. I drew this resistance zone right here. So we're getting a little bit of wicks at the top, but nothing compared to the wicks at the bottom. So when you look at the fight between buyers and sellers, even though this has a little congestion in it, the buyers are definitely in control, because every time the selling comes down to this area, they get blasted back up, right? The buyers just stepping in heavy and pushing price up, right? So let's go to the 4-hour chart. So the 4-hour chart shows like this is actually a congestion area right here, which is my strategy. This is perfect for me. I like this, right? Because it could only do two things, right? Which, okay, we're in an uptrend, we're in congestion. Where do you think price is gonna go? Do you think it's gonna just reverse all of a sudden? Now we just gonna crash? in a big uptrend like this? Nah, I don't think so. Not with all those wicks at the bottom, you know. We still seeing the wicks here at the bottom on the 4-hour chart. Look, big wick push up. Every time I try to come down, nope. Rejection, straight back up. You come down here again, rejection, straight back up. You come down here again, big candle pushing up. The buyers are here, right? Now, when I look at this trade, I thought to myself, you know what? The US dollar is looking like it's gaining some strength, but even though it's gaining strength, it's pulling back, and every time it pulls back, this GBPUSD gets the chance to push up. And even when the dollar is pushing up, when it should be going down, it does not go down that much. It still has the buyers down here, right? So I'm like, okay, this is a good uptrend, right? So let's say I go down to the 1 hour, right? So I think it was last week Friday. We had the first now. Friday was what? Let's see. Friday was the 29th, right? So yeah, on the 29th I was looking at it and I was saying to myself, okay, the furthest this could come down in I took a trade here. I won this trade. I took this short, right? Because that's what the congestion was doing at the time. We came down here, won that trade. So I thought to myself, I said, okay, we're in the push phase now. We're in the push up phase, you know. We're going long now, right? And it's so close to the top. It didn't come back all the way down here. When this pushed back up, it should have came down here at least, right? It ain't nowhere near it. This is strong buying, like the buyer stepping even closer, you know. Look at that. Look at this here. Look at that here. The buyer's just stepping in quicker and quicker, right? They're not even letting it come down to touch this line anymore. So I'm like, you know what? Since you pushing up, you hold in this level, you get the retracement or the retest, right? I thought, you know what? Let me see what you're going to do. You're going to push up. So yeah, it pushed up a little bit. Now, to me, this is a little impulsive, right? I could have waited for this to pull back. Maybe it's going to pull back a little bit again before it pushes up. But I was like, you know what? Let me take a small position, right? And I'm going to set my stop loss down here, out of the way, right? And this is not really my price target. This is just like, you know, I just put it as 1-to-1 basically. But for the small position, I'm going to just see where it's going to take me, right? Now, if it rejects this area and pulls back down, I'm going to take the little loss, like around here. If I see it breaks this level, I'm not gonna like close it out. I'm going to wait to see if it really comes back to this area here. Now, if it comes back to this area here, this is the plan. I'm going to enter in a large position right here. Or if you retest this low, or even make a higher low like around here, or even around this area, you see I have this alert set here. GBPUSD buy limit triggered. So I did set a buy limit there, but I don't have that there anymore, right? So it's just an alert. If it comes back there, I could enter a buy position. This is another one. It says GBPUSD buy entry now, right? And if it does pull back, even though this is a triple top, we're in a major push-up phase, right? I'm not betting against it and thinking it's gonna, triple top is gonna just fall out now. I don't think so. If it pulls back, I'm gonna enter in a larger position, larger lot size, and take it up to at least the R4 or even further. Now, let's see. If I do a 2-to-1, I could get up to this resistance line right here. And this line here is where price has been the resistance for the uptrend, like a big uptrend. If it's like this is where it's gonna hit, right? So that's my uptrend resistance line. If I'm taking this trade now and it decides to push up in that kind of way, like before, how I just showed you, like a big push up, this is where we're gonna get to, right? So this creates a 2-to-1, and if it's pushing up, obviously I'm gonna move my stop up to, like, right below here or something like that. So it's gonna be way more than 2-to-1, right? Let me test that out to show you, right? So that's roughly like 5-6-to-1, right? And I'm thinking this is definitely gonna get up here, right? Now it won't just push all the way up here like in one go. It's gonna push up. It's gonna retest R4. It's probably gonna move sideways a little bit, then push up a little bit more. So it's Forex. You gotta understand that it's gonna do stuff like that, right? So I think I'm gonna hold this trade for a little while, just to see, like if it really breaks out here and acts right. I'm gonna hold this trade, and this is gonna be a big trade for me, right? So let's see, going down to the 15-minute. Let's see what's happening right now. So right now, we're in profit. We got this big push up here. Got this little retracement, fall in volume, which is good. You know what I'm saying? When it's pulling back, the volume is dropping off. That's only for it to come back here, retest this area, and push past this resistance area that I have drawn here in the red. Once we push past this area, I'm gonna wait. Like if we never come back to retest this area right here, this bottom right here, or what is it? The S. Let's see. That's the S1, right? Now if it never comes back to the S1 and we just break out, it's gonna definitely come back and test this area again. I'm gonna wait for the breakout and the retest. When you retest this area, I'm gonna go in with a large size. Once we hold this area as support now, I'm gonna take a large lot size, and then we go in all the way up for the 2-to-1, or maybe somewhere around here. Well, it's not 2-to-1 anymore. That's gonna be like 6-to-1 or some shit like that, right? Yeah, 5.77. So roughly 6-to-1. And that's my little. So it's gonna be like I guess it's gonna be kind of like a swing trade. So what I might be doing is entering certain, like let's say I get the retest, right? It push up, get the retest, and I catch like how much would that be on a big lot size? Let's say I catch 50 pips up here. I might close that out, and if it starts pulling back, wait for the retest. Like if you want to come back to the R4 or somewhere around here, close that out up here, and leave the small size running. Close this out up here. When it pulls back, hold support again. I'm gonna enter another large lot size. So I'm gonna just chop up this whole profit area into, like, just in and out, 50 pips in and out, 75 pips, how much ever it wants to do that push up before it pulls back. I'm gonna be doing that. So it's still like intraday trading, but I'm gonna still hold this one right here. When I enter here, I'm gonna keep that one to run, right? So yeah, that's my little plan right there, you know what I mean? And like, I really love this shit, man, because I worked a 12-hour shift on Saturday. Woke up early this morning, had to go to work and do a 14-hour shift, and I ain't sleep since 7 o'clock this morning, right? And it's 1:39 a.m. in the morning, or 1:40 a.m. in the morning right now, and I'm planning to go straight into the London session until somewhere around 6 in the morning, you know what I'm saying? So it's team no sleep for real. You know what I'm saying? Because I really have a passion for this shit. And it's not like I'm making a bunch of money. Like money ain't really the incentive right now. It's the passion to learn this shit. You know? I really want to learn this. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, well, I can see that I have a talent for technical analysis, right? The only thing I gotta get control of is making impulsive moves. Like my trading psychology, I gotta get that under control, my discipline and stuff like that, because sometimes I know better than entering at a certain point, right? And I still enter in at a certain point where I shouldn't. So I gotta work on that. And once I get that under control, I'm gonna be a beast at this, man. I'm telling you. And I ain't wanna sound arrogant or nothing like that, you know what I mean? I'm still a fairly new trader. But I didn't come into trading with this past year where everybody felt like, damn, let me see what this trading stuff is about. Now I've been researching and reading on this like for about 3 years now. Just things in life happen and you kind of you fall off and then you come back in, and so it's been like about 3 years now I've been into this, and yeah, man, I think this is where it's at for me. I'm gonna eventually just be a full-time trader and really good at this, so yeah, man, let me stop ranting. I mean, I'm just expressing how I feel about trading and stuff, but let me just stick to the technical analysis. Maybe y'all will feel the same way and y'all could relate, but maybe you're a new trader and you just want to see what this is about, you know what I'm saying? So the negative part of this trade is obviously this is a triple top and I could get like a drop off here. I really don't think so. It's too much of a strong upward trend to fall off like that. I don't believe that. And plus, I took my risk management is good. I took a small size to cover this risk of 30 pips. So yeah, it ain't no big deal, There's more potential for growth or profit than there is for like losing this little bit of money here, So that's what trading is about, is risk. You have to consider the risk. You know what I mean? This ain't all about just like, damn, I'm going to make this amount of money. I'm going to make this amount and I'm going to get rich overnight. Nah, son, that's not how this works. And if somebody, they made a bunch of money overnight, that was horrible risk management, because just how they won that money, they could have lost that money. You know what I'm saying? So this is all about discipline and proper technical analysis and proper risk management. So even I'm still, working on that. You know what I mean? So yeah, y'all, it's your boy King Yedaya, aka King Solomon, walking in the steps of the ancient king, trying to be wise in life and in these markets, and trying to share my little knowledge with somebody else who might spark their interest, just how I saw guys on the internet and YouTube talking about this stuff, and it really sparked my interest. Maybe my voice and showing you these things might spark your interest as well, and you might find something that you're really passionate about, and you could stay up hours and hours on end in the night just doing this stuff because you found something you love, you know what I mean? So yeah, blessings to you all, man. It's your boy King Yedaya, aka King Solomon. Stay blessed, y'all.